Rhea Ripley makes surprise return to WWE Raw despite injury. Rhea Ripley is arguably the most popular female wrestler in WWE right now, which made the former Women's World Champion's injury-related absence a huge loss for the company. Unexpectedly, Ripley made her return on last night's episode of Raw, aiding Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Io Sky in their battle against a powerhouse faction featuring Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. The segment kicked off with Morgan and Rodriguez entering the ring soon, joined by Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. As the five women sized up the crowd, the music for Belair and Cargill hit, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, along with Naomi, made their way down to the ring. They were soon joined by Io Sky, and the four women stood in a face-off. The tension cranked up even further when, in a shocking moment, Ripley made her surprise return. Wearing a protective mask due to a recent orbital bone injury, Ripley stormed the ring to join Belair, Cargill, and the others. Without missing a beat, she grabbed a microphone and shouted one simple word: WarGames. A full-scale brawl immediately erupted, with the two sides clashing in an all-out melee. By the end of the chaotic scene, Ripley's team stood tall, dominating the ring as the segment closed, setting the stage for an action-packed show. Ripley would shortly after post a song by Motionless in White, who composed her entry song, and the lyrics, "I won't bite my tongue / I am not afraid, spineless / a dominion of nothing is all you will reign / you laugh. But what did you create? You give a aspirin a headache." The Nightmare is reported to have suffered a legitimate injury following a headbutt spot during the late October episode of Raw. However, WWE kept the details of the injury under wraps until it was addressed through a storyline on NXT. On October 29th, Ripley made a backstage appearance on NXT, where she was seen standing sideways, partially obscuring her face. The camera focused specifically on her left eye, subtly hinting at her injury. WWE quickly devised a storyline to explain the situation, and in a later NXT episode, Ripley was attacked in the parking lot of the WWE Performance Center by Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion, and Raquel Rodriguez, with whom Ripley has had an ongoing feud since April. The company issued a statement saying, "Last night on NXT, Rhea Ripley was heinously attacked in the parking lot by Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and her enforcer Raquel Rodriguez." Following the brutal attack, it has been revealed that the Nightmare has suffered a fractured right orbital socket, which will put Ripley out of action for an undisclosed amount of time. The transparent face mask that Ripley was wearing on Raw appears to be a clear, no pun intended reference to her legit injury, whether or not it is actually necessary at this point. The injury led to changes in the plans for the Crown Jewel event in Riyadh, forcing the cancellation of a scheduled one-on-one match between Ripley and Rodriguez. Instead, the match was replaced with a tag team contest. Now, it appears that Ripley has recovered enough for the upcoming Survivor Series WarGames event, which may be consolation prize enough for fans who missed her at Crown Jewel. WarGames 2024 is set to take place on November 30th at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.